Imagine a time before everything you know existed, before the sky, before the land, before the oceans, the sun, or the stars. There was no color, no sound, no movement, just darkness. The Bible begins not with people or rules, but with emptiness. It tells us that the earth was formless and empty, and darkness covered everything. Nothing had shape, nothing had direction, nothing made sense yet. Then something extraordinary happened. God spoke, not with struggle or effort, but with calm authority. God said, "Let there be light," and instantly, light came into existence. No delay, no resistance. Light pierced the darkness and changed everything. This moment marks the very first day of creation, and it sets the foundation for all that follows. At this point, there was still no sun or moon. Those would come later. This light was something deeper and more fundamental. It brought clarity where there had been confusion. It revealed what was hidden and made the unseen visible. Where there had only been chaos, there was now the beginning of order. The Bible says that God saw the light and declared it good. Before anything else was made, before life existed, light alone was called good. Then God separated the light from the darkness. He named the light day and the darkness night. For the first time, there were boundaries. For the first time, there was rhythm, evening and morning, night and day. This separation brought structure to a world that had been formless. And the Bible ends the first day with a simple but powerful statement. There was evening, and there was morning, the first day. Not randomness, not confusion, but intention. This story is more than an explanation of how the world began. It's a picture of how transformation begins. God did not create everything at once. He began with what was most essential. Before anything could grow, before life could flourish, there had to be light. Light makes everything else possible. Throughout the Bible, light represents truth, understanding, goodness, and hope. Darkness often represents fear, confusion, and the unknown. So when God says, "Let there be light," He is showing us a pattern, one where light always comes first, and darkness does not have the final word. This reveals something meaningful about God's nature. God does not avoid darkness. He speaks into it. He brings clarity where there is confusion and order where there is chaos. That message still speaks to us today. We all experience moments in life that feel empty or uncertain, seasons where we don't know what's next, times when everything feels dark or overwhelming. And often, we want everything fixed immediately. But the first day of creation shows us something different. God didn't fix everything at once. He introduced light first. Sometimes progress doesn't look like a complete solution. Sometimes it looks like a moment of clarity, a shift in perspective, a small spark of hope. Light doesn't erase the darkness instantly, but it changes it. It shows the way forward. Another powerful detail from the first day is how God created. He spoke. There were no tools, no materials, no struggle, just words. God's words brought life and order into existence. This reminds us that words matter. What we speak into dark situations can bring hope or fear, clarity or confusion. Words have power. Notice also that the world was not finished on the first day. There was still no land, no plants, no animals, no people. Yet God did not wait for everything to be complete before calling something good. Light alone was enough to begin. That's an encouraging truth. You don't need to have everything figured out to move forward. You don't need a perfect plan to take the first step. You just need enough light to see what's next. The first day of creation may be brief, but its message is timeless. Darkness is not the end of the story. Light has the power to transform. Order can come from chaos. Every meaningful beginning starts the same way, with light. When God said, "Let there be light," everything changed, and that truth still holds today. Where there is confusion, light brings understanding. Where there is fear, light brings courage. Where there is emptiness, light brings possibility. Every great transformation, whether of the world or of a human heart, begins the same way. Light enters the darkness, and nothing is ever the same again.